maybe a lot of people maybe in the comments could say something about this. But I recently watched a podcast, and there was a young rapper who was saying that the N word is just a word. He doesn't care if people are using this word, and if his white fans are saying the word and singing it along with him, because it really is how you respond to hearing the word. Do you feel the same way also, or does the N word stick differently to you? To some people it's a little bit different.
Right. So you can't have it both ways. And I will give you two examples where that makes sense. One example is, I don't know if you remember, there was so first of all, let me say that the N word really sticks to me. I don't think anybody's ever called me that to my face. So I can't say some person called me that, but I've heard other people get called it and stuff like that. Okay, but when Jay Z was a young rapper, he would always say the N word, but he wouldn't go er, he would go guh. So he was on Oprah, and she was like, "You need to stop saying that. You need to tone it down." And he said he'll never stop saying it. It's part of his culture. This, that, whatever. Now he's a grown-up rapper, businessman. He is one advocate for, oh, you know what? We should stop saying it.
Hmm.
So he wants it both
Wow.
ways. To sell records, I want to say it, but now I'm married to this lady. I have kids. I want to be this person, businessman. He doesn't want to use that word any longer. So he wants to have it both ways. So, you make decisions based on your circumstances, maturity, and frame of mind. So I think that was probably based then. Maybe he never saw himself as this businessman later in life. And that's why he chose, to say it then, but then didn't want to say it now. I also, on another breath, I saw Puff Daddy, who, gangster rapper, Bad Boys for Life, Life After Death, all those albums he had part of. But then when he really made it, he's coming out and saying, well, why can't we all get together? Why can't we just take out all this badness in the music industry? Because all of a sudden he doesn't want to live this bad boy life anymore. He wants to settle down and be quote unquote normal, have a normal businessman making a lot of money life. So I think that of the N word, and I think I feel for the rapper that thinks that anybody can say it. I don't believe in that at all. I would have to say, stop saying it, stop singing it, and hopefully society kind of sweeps that word under the carpet, and let it die there.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I've is one of the words that I never use.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if I'm with black company, white company, whatever company. I don't use it. Um, I've seen people try to test to see if I'm in that line of
Right.
how I speak, but I don't, because it strikes me differently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I've got my stories. I don't think anyone has ever really addressed me as that
Right.
to my face. I was in front of a guy one time who I think I'm pretty cool with, a white guy,
Mm-hmm.
and for whatever reason, he, he was adamant that he can say the word,
Wow.
and he said it.
Right.
I just say excuse me. That was it. I just say
Yeah.
excuse me, excuse me, uh, because I don't know what, for whatever reason, I think it was music playing or something. Maybe
Right.
it was coming true, and he was like, he can say the word. He can say the
Mm-hmm.
word, and I'm like, well, I mean, anyone can say the word, but if you feel that strongly that you have to say the word and you have
Right.
to say it in front of me, I don't know
He
what
was
is the
just testing
problem.
the limits. He was testing the
Yeah, I don't
limits.
know,
That's all
but
he was doing.
I stay away
I,
from it. It's very controversial, and
yeah.
it's usually meaning it means something completely different to some people.
Correct. When I'm with my black acquaintances, because I don't have any black friends that would call me that, and they want to say like "What's up" and say that, I'm like, hey, no, no, no. You can call me brother. I give them a whole host of words they can call me. What's up, bro? What's up, brother? But never that. You know what I mean? It's like you can't walk into a place and what's up and use that word. No, I don't play it at all.
I, if you got friends, I mean, I don't
I said
mean
acquaintances.
okay, but
Acquaintances, yeah.
I don't want to stay on it too long because I know it's just a question. But if you had friends that were using that word all the time in front of you and so forth, do you feel any differently about them and from anything else?
Of course, yeah. That's why I said acquaintances.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay, gotcha.
yeah, if you're my friend and you say that, I would address it and hopefully it goes away. You know,
Okay,
that's as simple as it. Yeah, I don't put up with it at all.
all right, cool. Yeah, I don't deal with that
But
stuff either. What?
no, no, that would create a whole new thing.
I guess you're gonna tell me one day.
No, I'll tell you right now. It's not. It's not. People say it's a big deal, but it's not a big deal. Um, my wife already have used that word talking to the TV, and I had to put her in check. You know,
Talking to the TV.
yeah, somebody's doing something on TV, and she used the N word, and I was like, you can say that when I'm not home, but anytime I'm present, do not use that word. And she apologized and we moved on, right? But the person was doing something ignorant and somewhere in her white head, she just blurted that out. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you freaking said that. You know?
So, but that begs that. Well, here's a question with that then, because by you saying that, then the word really. So does the word? So back to the rapper's point, saying the word doesn't necessarily mean that a person's racist.
No. But you say it with enough venom, you have to be something. Why are you that hateful towards that person at the moment that you have to use that to describe them?
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Like you could say fool, idiot, whatever. But if you use that, that means somewhere you're being, that word was always there for that purpose, you know?
I
That's the
think
way I
it's a.
see it.
I think for some people it's just a go to, right? Like when I was, Jesus, here we are still in the question, but 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 when I used to hang out in New York back in teenage days, and all the fellas around me, me going in there for the first time, whatever, hanging out in New York, they always say that word, and I was
Right.
always wondering, like, you and your Barbadian mentality, born in Barbados or whatever, how comes all of a sudden you start saying this word?
Because they
Like,
want to be cool. They think it's cool to say, you know, like I've arrived when I can say it. I don't know. I don't know their reasoning, but it has to mean something because I've seen it used pretty often, you know.
yeah. All right. Well, let's move on.